All right, so first thing in the morning, I'll always take attendance. I'm trying to figure out architecture with having our transcriptionist. Usually I put a desk over there where she's sitting. We'll figure it out. But I keep a notepad, so if you come in late, you just sign the notepad, right? And then I mark you late to the roll, okay? But try, obviously, not to be late. This is 10 o'clock in the morning class. We should be able to do this, right? I hope. And so to get to Canvas, where I keep all the stuff for you guys, go to Delgado's website, dcc.edu, click on the Canvas link. And some of you guys have already done this, right, because I actually turned it on this weekend for people who like to get a jump start on things. So your same Lola username and password gets you into this. If you're running into problems, obviously go to Lola, make sure that you can get in to Lola. Maybe you need to reset your password or something like that. And then while you're in there, go ahead and make sure that you're in this class that you're trying to get into. And make sure your contact information is up to date, right? Go ahead and check and make sure you have what email you put as preferred when you filled out your application, because you're stuck with that now, by the way. So don't change emails. Check that email that you picked as your preferred. Update your contact information, your mailing address, anything like that, right? It's always a good thing to just check at the beginning of each semester. So I'm going to go ahead and log on to Canvas. I need to take my own advice too, because I moved over the summer, so I probably need to make sure that HR finally updated my stuff. Okay, so I have more stuff than you guys would have on your dashboard because I get faculty announcements as well as student announcements. But you should see this main welcome announcement when you log on to Canvas on your main dashboard. And you can change the look of the bottom part of your dashboard. You can have this recent activity, or you can go to these little block things. I prefer the other view. You'll see that it gives you a list of things to do right on that front page. Right, so you already see I already have plenty of stuff to grade, thanks to my online students that started on Saturday. Same thing with your courses list. You can customize this. So you can click all classes if you don't see one of your classes on this list. And then you just click the star next to it to make it your favorite. So the first time you click on this, it just gives you your classes. You guys shouldn't have a problem with a big list because Canvas, unlike Blackboard, automatically shuts down your classes at the end of the semester. Instructors don't have to go in and turn them off like we used to have to. But if you don't see one of your classes right now, it might be because your instructor has not published it. And that is something we still need to do. So I published this one early, right, because you guys are 200 level students. I knew you were going to know that you signed up for a face-to-face class and you were going to come meet me today, and you weren't going to think you could do it online. Right? So this is our class. And so again, this is your first page. It gives you your to-do things and even my to-dos. 2 people have already done the introduction for me to grade. So that's great. I've set up this semester for the first time the syllabus page. This isn't the syllabus. This is the syllabus page in Canvas. So my contact information right there up front, link to announcements, which are important things that you should check daily. Depending on how you have your settings in Canvas, you should also probably get an email whenever I post an announcement to that preferred email that I mentioned. So I have quick links for you here, right, to all the major stuff for the course. And I'm going to go ahead and click on the first important thing, which is this syllabus addendum. And I actually have this so that you can open it up and save it right away on your computer. So I already have it saved, so I'm just going to open it. And I'm going to make it full screen. If I hit the right button. There we go. It's still not what I want. Ah! I don't want that. Oh, really? I hate when they change programs. View, that's what we want, right? All right, this is how I fix things, by the way. I start over. I just want that panel to go away. All right. Zoom. That's the one. Really, Erica? Yay! I got it there. I don't use Adobe that often. So, there's me and my son doing a selfie. And our dog decided to photobomb us because she's like that. She's like attached to my hip. So, but she's pretty awesome. We love her. So, long time ago I got married. Decided to change my last name. Not really a good idea. But you know it was popular back then. So for the longest time I was known as Erica Perrer. For the longest time my email at Delgado was still E.Perrer. And students couldn't spell that name. They couldn't pronounce that name. It got really confusing. So I went back to my maiden name because, you know, it was easy. Burns. Nobody screws up Burns. Right? The only problem is poor Aaron Burns beat me to it. So I am Erica Burns 1 at dcc.edu, right? Of course, I'm number 1 anyway, so I get that. She doesn't have a number. I get a number. So make sure that you're emailing the correct email. I'm trying to get it changed in the online directory right now. Hopefully they fix that. My phone number is a Google number. Which allows you guys to text me and call me and leave voicemails. It rings both my office phone as well as my cell phone. My cell phone is off right now, so should yours. Right, we're in class. It's on silent. You can call or leave messages, but between the hours of 10 and 7, gotta love smartphones, mine goes to sleep. No noises does it make. So you'll have to wait until I wake up. For me to respond back to you. My office is a cubicle. It's actually not the standard cubicle you expect to see, though. This is a picture of it when it was clean. It doesn't quite look like that anymore. We're not allowed to have posters anymore, so my blinds are down and you don't see my pretty posters on my windows anymore, just in my office. I am located in Building 1, which is the big flagship building at the front of campus on City Park Avenue. I'm on the west side towards the back of the big, huge cubicle area they call 113W. I'm the only one with a blue roof because I had to close it in order for the HEPA filter that runs in my office to be able to purify the air so that I could breathe. I have really bad allergies, and when they were doing construction on the auditorium, they just about killed me. So we had to make a safe zone for me. So that's my safe zone. They could have moved me over here, but over here didn't exist at that time. So, besides, you know, if I walk from Building 1 to Building 2 every day, I keep these sexy legs I got going on. So, that's the basic info. My schedule is posted on Canvas, so I'll go to that and show you guys. So, the syllabus and stuff button. Right. So there's my schedule, which thankfully I don't have to change. Dr. Retard was the one in the wrong spot. Oh, I said it was there, didn't I? Oh, it's under welcome. So there's my schedule. Right now I even printed it for me because I sometimes forget where I've got to go. So before this I was sitting in my office, or kind of sort of, mostly running around trying to get ready for the first day. Note that these times that I have on there, and I'm probably going to have to put some little note, that I'm obviously going to leave there around 9:45 to walk over here for class. And of course I won't be there right at 11, right? Probably 11:05, depending on when I get out of here and walk back over there on Mondays. On Tuesdays, you can see I'm in lab and I have another class over here, so I'm going to be running back and forth between the two buildings. And I don't have any office hours on Tuesdays. Office hours mostly in the morning and a couple in the afternoon. One of the things you'll see in my syllabus addendum is I ask that you try and correspond with me during those hours. We have a new book for this class, so I'm revamping all our PowerPoints for this class, and I'm teaching genetics that I haven't taught in several years, so again, having to redo all my materials for that class. So outside of office hours, I'm really going to be concentrating on that material, so I will be turning off my phone, turning off my email on my computer so I'm not distracted by those. You can, of course, email or text me, and I will get back to you when I'm done working on those materials. I'll still call you at night if you ask me to, or sometimes I work on the weekends, but I do have a family, so I do try and spend time with them. But like if you email me one night, I'll probably wait till the next morning to email you back during office hours. Does that make sense? All right, I'm going to try and be efficient with my time this semester. We'll see how successful I am at that. So I already went over how to log on to Canvas, right? The tech support for Canvas is really good. And actually, I find that I really like their guides. So you can't, it's hard to see, unfortunately, because of my recording button, but there's a help button right here. And when you click on that, I'll show you what it looks like. I have a picture of it, Canvas Help. So you click on that, and this is going to pop up. And so you can see, you know, this is available even on Christmas Day. They're available, although we'll be done by then, right? So Thanksgiving, you name it, they're there. You can live chat with them as well. I love their guides. I just click on the guide when I forget how to do something. You know, there's some things we only do once a semester, and I'm like, how do I do that again, right? I just click and search, and they have a lot of videos even, as well as step-by-step with pictures. Gotta love pictures, right? So really, really helpful. So I always say, you know, go ahead and check the guides first, you know, before anything else. And I actually posted one of the guide videos for you guys. So the other really, really important thing when communicating with me is I need to know who you are, right? I don't know who hotmama365 is at yahoo.com. I really don't. You need to tell me. If you're using a personal email, you need to tell me who you are. Then the next thing you need to tell me is what class you're in, right? You can write, you know, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 10 a.m., right? Or even Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You're in my only Monday, Wednesday, Friday class. But some type of descriptive so I know what class you're in. Because 9 times out of 10, your question is directly related to what class of mine you're in. I don't have time to search my roles, figure out which class you're in. You need to provide me with that information. If you're emailing through Canvas, which Canvas and your email are now linked, if you start the conversation, I'm going to actually send you guys a welcome email today after class. You can save that in your email, and just change the subject line, and use that to correspond with me. And then that way, all the time, it'll tell me who you are and what class you're in. Right? And you don't have to worry about that step. If you don't follow that policy, I probably may not reply to you, or I might write who, what. Especially if you text me, I write who and what. That means tell me who you are and what class you're in, right? If you're a major texter, I might actually add you to my address book so I know, but I probably won't, right? I get over 100 students, you know, each semester. I'm not going to add you guys to my personal contact list. Make sense? I'm also not going to add you to my Facebook page, right? So don't request me. I'll deny it. It's not that I don't like you, but that's for my friends and family. You can, on the other hand, follow me on Twitter. And I have my Twitter handle for you, right? And that's for students, and that's for cool science stuff. So if you're into the Twitter thing, you can do that. And I have that, my handle, for you in our introduction that we'll get to a little bit later. So I'm not going to read verbatim, right, this stuff, but it's all spelled out for you. So as far as the course, right, we will have a set of learning objectives for each topic that we cover in the course. Of course, the first topic is, guess what? Microbiology. Right? I keep my topics nice, short, simple, right? And I have the related chapters listed in the syllabus addendum. These are your study guide. So they'll list things like distinguish between prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells, right? So you need to know the characteristics of each one of those cells, know the similarities and differences between those different cell types that we're going to talk about. So I can ask you an exam question, right, that covers that material. Does that make sense? Okay, and I'll give you some specific examples. So for each one of our topics with our set of objectives, I'll have a PowerPoint. As I said, I'm revamping those right now, so unfortunately they may or may not be posted before class. But you're welcome to bring laptops, tablets, whatever you want into class. In order to log on to the Wi-Fi, you need your username, the first part of your email, and the password you have for your email. And most people nowadays are doing that one the same, right, as your Lola and Canvas, just to make it simple. Although it's a complicated password, right? Yeah, I'm not excited about that. The good news is most of the time your computer will remember these passwords, but I will caution you as far as those go, right? We're going to be going to the testing center, the Hibernia Center, and building, it's not a testing center, excuse me, the Hibernia Center, which is a computer lab, which I reserve for testing, right? So we'll actually go there. You'll take your test on the computer. You will need to know your Canvas username, which is your name, and your password, unless, of course, someone else has your name, so you might have a number, like me, right? So you might want to write it down in a secure location, hide it on your phone or something, right? Because you don't want, on the day with test anxiety, also not be able to log into Canvas because your computer remembers it for you. Does that make sense to everybody? Okay. All right, so we're going to have some discussion boards. We're actually going to start out with an introduction discussion board. As I said, a couple of people have already done it, and so have I. This is a short video that I have on my YouTube channel. It's from a previous semester from a different class. But my discussion boards run the same for all my classes, right? I will do a new one sometime this semester. Because in this one they talk about Connect. We're not using Connect, we're using WileyPLUS. How many of you guys have taken anatomy and physiology and have already used WileyPLUS? Woohoo! Okay, maybe you can teach me. I'm still learning. But if you already have an account in that, right, you might not remember your password for that. You might have to reset it. But if you put in that same email, it's going to say you already are registered for an account. But you're still going to need to log into my class, right, in Wiley. And we'll go over that. So this one is specific to my class. This is one from the how-to guides. And it goes over, how to navigate discussion boards. These discussion boards I find are much easier. If you came from Blackboard before, I find these are actually much easier to navigate than Blackboard. But that's a nice short 5-minute video that they have, that if you're not familiar with this learning platform of Canvas, you might want to check that out. So as I said, we're going to have online assignments in WileyPLUS, which is associated with your book, with this new textbook we have for this class. So you can register for free access. I'm going to probably, if we have time, call a student up and have them go ahead and register so you can see how simple it is to get into it. You don't have to have your book or pay for the code the first 14 days, right? You'll have free access to the online book and the assignments. After the 14th day, it'll ask you to either put in your code that comes with your book if you buy it at the bookstore, which I highly suggest you do so. That's the cheapest book you're going to find, and it comes with the code, okay? Or you can buy the code separately through the link. It'll cost you $55, and that's the ebook, all the resources, and all the assignments you'll have for the entire semester. Make sure, remember we have 2 microbiology classes. Dr. Retard tried to come in here, right? He's teaching the other one this morning at the same time. Make sure you buy the correct microbiology book for the correct class. The other problem is on the West Bank, there was a mix-up, and they have last semester's book currently. So do not pick it up at the West Bank until the new book comes in, or just go ahead and get it at City Park. I'll teach you how to skip one of the lines too in a moment. So there's our beautiful new book. I actually have it in my bag. But I don't have the binder ready version. I'm going to ask for that because this is heavy. And I'm probably going to be, carrying it around because I'm redoing all my PowerPoints. So this is our new beautiful book. Yours will come 3-hole punched, right? And I have a picture of that in our website for us. I'm not going to go over student responsibilities. At this point, you're sophomores in college. You should know how you should behave at school, right? If you're questioning any of that, you can get to the student responsibilities in the catalog, and I have the link there for you. Any students with disabilities, here's the link to the Disabilities website. No, probably not. Flip it over for me. What does it say? Can you bring it to me because I'm attached? My microphone is attached. It only goes so far. I'm pretty sure it's the wrong one. Yeah, there. Yeah, this really is not cool. When I looked at the bookstore, it did not have a binder with it, so I'm pretty sure this is not the correct one. Yeah, that doesn't. I'm recording. I can't say anything. I'm pretty sure this is the wrong book. I'll show you a picture. So take it back. Sorry. I'm so glad, guys. Do not break this seal. He's got it. That is the correct book. And see how it's sealed up? You will actually be able to see the cover of the book. Okay, so take that one back. That one's for, you know why? Again, because there's 2 microbiology classes. So they gave you the 211 book. I guarantee you, I bet you that says Nestor on the inside. Yeah. They don't, yeah, okay. I'm not going to say anything. Make sure you get the right one, right? Okay. You see, I mean, tell you, if you open that seal, they'll give you a hard time, even though they're the one who handed it to you. And hopefully you wrote it down correctly, too. They're going to claim you did not write it down correctly, by the way. So your best bet is give them a copy of your schedule. Right? Don't write it down. Bring a copy of your schedule with you. But I'm going to teach you the trick, right? You ready for the trick? All right. Any students with disabilities, come see me with your letter or contact me even before I get your letter so I can get you set up with everything that you need. I have dyslexia, so I totally understand about needing extra stuff. So this is the trick with the books. And actually, I can turn on the link for you guys, and I will do that. Let me do that. So you can skip one of the lines, and hopefully they won't screw up and give you the wrong thing. So I know there's an order textbooks. I didn't want to turn it on ahead of time. All right, so let's put it right up here above the syllabus. Save. Okay. So in modules is our main page, which has all the stuff. You'll notice that all my links from the syllabus page take you here. So under syllabus and stuff, this is the textbook stuff. So you'll notice, unfortunately, I wrote in red because of this problem at the West Bank, right? And again, this is what it looked like on the shelf. One of your classmates want to hold up that book again for us. Go ahead and look in the back. You will see the cover of the book. You'll see that it's 3-hole punched, right? There's some type of binding on it. That's the one you want to purchase. Okay? Don't get the other one. It's going to cost you $157.14 with tax, which is actually pretty reasonable, believe it or not. And again, that includes the ebook. Don't get confused if you log on to the website where it says there's used books. There's no such thing as used books. Since we've gone to the binder ready one, I think this is a generated thing by their website. They can't turn it off, right? So I'm sorry about that. But you get a cheaper book. So this is the link to the bookstore, but I also put it right here in our course. And so what you're definitely going to want to do, especially if you're a City Park main campus student anyways, opens in a new tab. You want to select City Park as your campus because they actually have the book right now. And the department is Math and Science. I have no idea, which is S&M, why they use these horrible abbreviations that most people don't know what they are. And then you'll see Biology 210, and all sections are supposed to be using this book. Then you click Find Materials, and you'll see that this is the correct book, Wiley, with the code. As I said, right, this does not exist. click on New. Go to your shopping cart, or add it to your shopping cart. And then when you go to checkout, you may already have an account, or you may have to sign in as a guest, or like me, unfortunately, I use Facebook for everything. It will log me in. It'll have my order history and my information. And you just go back to your cart, which apparently I already did this. This is how I got all those pictures, so I have 2 of them in here. So I might want to remove it, but I'm not going to actually buy these. But let's remove that. When you go to checkout, the good news is if you're a student that uses financial aid, one, you're going to want to pick up because you have to pay for shipping, right? So why don't you just pick it up at the bookstore, right, instead of having it shipped to your house. Click pick up, right, and then put your name for pickup. And click continue. And then under the payment options, right, you will see, I don't see it. Damn it, it was here before. You're supposed to be able to use your financial aid. Would it be this? No. Oh, that's Barnes & Noble gift card. Okay, so I'll check with Bob because it was here before. So those of you guys using financial aid, I'm sorry, you can't skip the line right now. But if you're paying any other method, right, you can click, you can pay. It's not actually going to charge your account until you pick up the book, right? And again, make sure they give you the right book when you go. An ID number for the book itself, an ISBN number, yes. But again, this is unique to Delgado, that ISBN number. Where is it? They don't. Did they not have it on the main page? Here, let's go back. Find books. All search. There it is. It's like insanely small. You want me to just post an announcement? Okay. But you can't buy it elsewhere, right? That's a that's a Delgado ISBN. There we go. There you go. All right. Any questions so far? Okay. So that's the nitty-gritty stuff. You do not physically have to, you don't have to have a physical copy of the book. You're allowed to just use the ebook. If you're comfortable with just the ebook, then all you have to do is log on through the link I have in Canvas, pay your $55, and you're set for the semester. Okay? All right. So how will you be assessed? Everybody wants to know that, right? As I said, you'll see I'll take attendance every day. If you come in late today, I need you to check back in with me, right, before you leave and make sure I mark you on the roll. Later on, somewhere I'll have a sign-in pad. Transcription is sitting in my usual spot for that. So we'll figure something out. I'll hang a notebook on the wall or something. Back again this semester, that had disappeared for a while, is the good old FN grade. Anyone know what that means? Nobody in this class is going to get that though, right? Because it means you failed this course because you stopped attending the course. If you don't like me, you don't like this class, you can't handle it, something happens, it is your responsibility as a student to withdraw from this class before the withdrawal date. If something happens to you after the withdrawal date, you get in a car accident, you end up in the hospital, God forbid. have somebody contact school for you or contact school, you can do what's called a medical withdrawal, even after the withdrawal date, right? If something tragic like that happens to you. But it is, again, your responsibility to get those types of things taken care of. If you're sitting in the seat today, I will not drop you from this class. If I checked you off my roll today, you will not get dropped from this class. If you don't ever show up to any of your other classes, because again, you're in mine, so I'm not going to drop you, they will drop you this semester. Even if you contact them, right? You must attend class, okay? You can beg and plead to get back in after the 14th day, but they'll probably tell you have to do second start, which means that you're taking this course in 8 weeks instead of 16. I wouldn't do that. Right. Show up to your classes this week. Okay, any questions on that? The problem with this for you guys is that if you've got financial aid, they're going to say they want their money back, right? Because you failed because you didn't put in the effort, right? So you don't get to have that money. These are important dates that you should look up. So I didn't do it for you. And if you look them up and write them down yourself, then you're going to remember them. But I was nice and I did provide you with the link to the student handbook, but I'll also show you how to get there. So good old Delgado's website. You are a current student. Right here, right, is the student handbook and actually the link to the catalogs. Then you click on fall semester and you'll see the final exam schedule, the important dates, right? So first homework assignment, right, fill in those dates, right? When is the drop date? When do final exams start, right? All these dates. When are midterm grades due, which you can kind of cheat because I already posted that. When's the last day of class? These are really important dates. So we're obviously going to have exams, right? You're going to have WileyPLUS assignments. You're going to have discussion boards. You're going to have other online assignments in Canvas. All your assignments will make up 25% of your overall grade. Can I ask a student that's sitting at the front to go ahead and close the door? But check the handle and make sure it's unlocked first. Okay, perfect. Sometimes I forget to unlock it. So it's getting kind of noisy out there. Yeah. Then you're banging, yeah, it's not good. Happened to me a couple of times this summer. I usually call the secretary, ask her to come. Administrative assistant, excuse me. Come and unlock the door. I don't call them secretaries anymore. Okay, your final exam is 25% of your overall grade. That's departmental mandated by the departmental syllabus. Your other exams will make up 50% of your overall grade. This is our grade scale. So you're going to have 10-point assignments. You'll have about 14 of them because 10 times 14 is 140 total points for WileyPLUS. Each exam is 100 points, except, of course, the comprehensive final is 200 points because it's weighted more. You'll fill out an agreement assignment after the first exam. It's worth 5 points. You'll do the introduction assignment starting today. It's worth 10 points. At the end of the semester, you'll fill out an end of the course feedback survey. So there's no right or wrong answers to that one, right? Just tell me what you liked and what you didn't like. I'll ask you specific questions in that survey, and you get 5 points for just completing it. Let you reflect on your experience in this class. We'll have 2 module discussion boards, each worth 10 points apiece, in addition to the introduction, and a case study assignment that you'll do, which is worth 20 points. Canvas adds this stuff up for you. There's no really calculations that you have to do. It's great, but it's all spelled out for you there. For discussion boards, this is the general information. I'm not going to read this. You guys can read this on your own. But for all the discussion boards, you're going to reply to at least 2 of your classmates to receive full credit because it is a discussion, right? We're expected to communicate with other people. And the one thing that I feel the need to shout about is please do not shout in the discussion boards. Please do not write in all caps, right? That's like shouting at somebody. And I don't read shouting very well. Every semester there's always somebody who does that, shouts at me. So, as I said, first topic, microbiology. Guess where it's going to be covered? In the first chapter, which is the microbial world. I've gone to topics as opposed to going by the chapter titles in books, because even before we made the book switch, whenever they put out a new edition of the book, they like to change the titles and the numbers of the chapters. So I just update my addendum. I don't change all my lectures and everything semester to semester, right, or year to year. Starts to drive me cuckoo bananas, right? So these are the major topics. On the first test, which is Module 1, is microbiology, microscopy, prokaryotes, and eukaryotes. Module 2, exam 2, is going to be viruses, genetics, and growth and control. And then Module 3 is basically immunology, so innate and adaptive. And then Module 4 is at instructor's discretion. What I've been doing, because how many of you guys are nursing majors or allied health? Raise them high, be proud. Right? Okay. So as you can see, it's easier to ask the opposite question. Who is not nursing or allied health? Okay. She's like, no, it's okay. Right? So tell me what you are. Veterinary technician. You're in the right class. Don't panic. Right? It's just the nurses tend to predominate. Right? Okay. What's hers? Major. Oh, awesome. Medical technician. Right. Have you applied to the program already?
Not yet. No.
Not yet. Okay.
Right.
Are you taking lab?
Yes.
With me?
Yes.
All right. Tomorrow morning or Wednesday?
Tomorrow morning, Tuesday. I have to look at my schedule. I think it's tomorrow.
Okay. All right. So
Tuesday.
I'll warn you guys. Yeah. Oh my God. All right. So really small room.
Yeah, 8 o'clock.
Really small room. So we will. I definitely know where I'm going to want you to sit and where we're going to set you guys up, because I've had someone in that room before. I'm just warning you ahead of time. It's so we'll do the best we can. Do you need to be at the front of the room?
Yeah, always slide the front there.
Okay, right. But you guys don't. She doesn't have to be in the front. I can put you in the back. Oh, someone else. Okay, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out tomorrow. So who else was raised their hand for non-allied health or nursing? Mm-hmm. Awesome. Okay, cool. Anyone else? That's it? Okay, cool. How many think they're going to charity for nursing? Oh, good. Oh, no, seriously, raise your hand, please. Hi. Okay, have you already applied? Okay, because you might want to check, because I heard a nasty rumor in my departmental meeting that they are requiring you guys to take the other microbiology and not this one. Now, the thing is, though, is if you're wanting to do BSN, which is Bachelor's of Science in Nursing, this is the one you need for most of those programs, that if you want to continue on. So the bad news is you may need to take both of these classes, depending on what your career aspirations are. Does that make sense? Okay. So check in with Lily. You probably already know her, right? She's right down the hall. Right. But also check with Charity. I mean, check on their website. You should know for sure. Okay. All right. So because most of you guys are allied health and nursing, what I do is case studies. So instead of having you guys do a research project or something like that, we do case study assignments. And one of them you'll do on your own, which is on Listeria. This is actually already loaded in Canvas. It's our Module 4. So I'll go ahead and go to that. And you can do this at any time in the semester before the deadline, get it knocked out. So you see Module 4, right? These are your instructions. Please make sure you read over them. I have recordings, so you guys, I can give you access to do transcripts for her. So I have recorded lectures already on all the other case studies except for Listeria, right? So here's all the other case studies, and they have PowerPoints that go with them that's in this module. But Listeria you got to do on your own, and you got to take the quiz or assignment on it, and it'll give you the answers. You can compile all your notes, or you can even keep them on your computer. Test 4 is on all of these case studies, and it can be completed any time before the end of the semester. So go read through all the material, take any additional notes you want, and then you'll open the test. You can only open it once. You cannot open it again. You can't save it and go back to it. Right? You've got to be prepared, be ready to do it, get it all knocked out. For this test on the case studies, no. It's in Canvas. When we take tests at the testing at the Hibernia Center, we will use the lockdown browser. And I also have it for you guys to download, because if you want to review your results at home, you will need to do it in the lockdown browser. And you cannot print your results, but you can see them at any time you want after everyone's taken the entire test. Make sense? Okay.
On the test, is there a time limit on it?
No, I don't put time limits on any of my tests, because it's a real pain in the butt for students with disabilities to go in and change the settings and stuff like that and keep track of all that. So, but of course, we're going to be taking it in the testing center, and we have a set time block. So, you know, you're going to have your hour or so in there, and that's it. Okay. If you need additional time, though, then you need to come see me, and we'll set you up in the testing center on the 3rd floor of this building for that. Are you going to do that? Okay, that's fine. We'll get you set. I know Miss Katie very well. So what will happen is when you go to the testing center, me and the person that runs the testing center will go around and enter the code for the test once you guys have logged in. And so, and of course, Katie will be given the code. And I've installed Lockdown Browser on the computers, and I always check too upstairs. So you'll be all set. All right. Any other questions about that? So I already goofed on the schedule. I put our first test September 5th. Can we do that? Why not? It's Labor Day, y'all. Miss Crystal emailed me back this morning. Delgado's closed on that day. I was like, why is it closed? Oh. So it's that Wednesday, right? But you'll see all the dates are already in here, right? I'm hoping we can hold to those. The final exam, we kind of have to. Right? But we should, I've been teaching this class for 10 years, although I hate the Monday, Wednesday, Friday, right? It's just not enough time. But I think we should be able to make these dates. Shouldn't have to change them. All right, so where are we on our syllabus? We're at the end. How awesome is that? I didn't even realize it. Okay, so that's there, the departmental one with all the jargon that nobody reads, right? I have to post for you guys is there. Here's that grading discussion board video, quick link for you. Here's that information I showed you about the textbook and the explaining about help in Canvas. For Wiley, this is really important. This is an outside product, right? So don't call Canvas. They're going to tell you to call Wiley, right? So that tech support and everything is linked in here, though. So you'll see, right? Here's the Wiley support. So one last thing before we get to that is our first assignment, which is not showing up under welcome, so I will put it there. And that's our introduction in the discussion board. So this recording from today, too, will be under this welcome. Oh, it's taking a while to load. I said 45 minutes, huh? Damn it. I'm at 44. Oh, wow. All right. So notice I also have the discussions link. I'm going to try and just go to that. But I'll fix that link after in the interest of time. I'm going to jump. Oh, it says I am not logged on. I don't know why. Don't do that to me. Let me close some of these. Maybe that will help. I'm really not online. Okay. If you have Firefox, by the way, sometimes you have to go to the advanced settings and add an exception. So it's probably good that this happened to me. So you guys can see that. And then you have to log in. Remember, this is your email that logs you in. Complicated password. Remember it. That's why it wasn't going. Okay. So for all the discussion boards, I have rubrics. You can see it over here. And in fact, I'm going to go to my student mode so it looks like it does for you guys. So, and look, it's right on the front page too. How nice is that? So you're going to do a little personality quiz as like a little icebreaker, right? So this is the link right here. You can just click on it. It'll open in a new tab. And they want you to put your name, but it doesn't say that you have to put your actual name, right? So you could put Mickey Mouse. I can't spell Mickey. There we go. You could put your email, but it doesn't say you have to put your actual email, right? But I will. Because guess what? They're not going to email you anything unless you push this little button right down here, which says sign me up for the newsletter. It is optional to put your job title, but this is of course what they want to know about. So I'll put mine. Did I put too many S's? No, I'm good. And this is what they really want to know, right? Is how happy you are, right? And obviously if you're going to school, maybe you're changing that because you're not happy, right? Then you're going to click next. And there are 8 of these ranking questions, so I'm going to stick to English. Not so good at the other languages. You can only rank something 1 once, right? I can't put 1 and 1 and 2 or 3 and 4. It won't let me go to question 2. It's just going to clear it. So you really have to do 1, 2, 3, and 4, right? There are 8 of these like this that you will rank. When you get done, it's going to give you a result. I've already done that, so you will see my result right here. So I'm the shepherd. Everybody's results from here down is the same, right? This is their general intro. Where it has your result in bold from here down is what's unique to you. So you highlight that, right? You copy it, and you're going to paste it into the discussion board. Right here, under my instructions, oops, right here, under my instructions right here is this reply. That's where you reply the first time. After that, right, you're going to reply to your classmates, 2 at least, right? So notice again the instructions, and the rubric is literally just the instructions. The rubric is right here. This is how I'm going to grade you. 4 points if you copy in your result. If you explain your results, do they fit you or not? And if you reply to 2 classmates, you'll get your full 10 points. If you lose points in the grade book, you'll see where you lost points, and you'll probably also have a comment for me. This is due August 22nd. And so you'll see my results, my little intro to you, and there's my Twitter handle, @NOLA_SWE1. And you can see some people have already started to do this assignment. And one of the easy way to scan it is to collapse the replies, right? So you can see. So you can see this lovely white knight, right? You might want to, 2 white knights. We get a lot of white knights because of the nursing, right? You can click here to expand it, right? Read her post, and then at the bottom of her post, you could hit reply to reply to her particular post. I know we're overtime, huh? We are overtime. So make sure, and we'll try to go through it next time, click on that Wiley link and get access to your stuff. Thank you for being patient.